what's a better battle, Rock Nitty or Easy Slade? So honestly, I would say Kid Slade and Easy the Block Captain, bro. I would rather see that than Tay Roc and Sue Surf. I mean, not Tay Roc and Sue Surf. Tay Roc and see, that's like Tay Roc and Sue Surf because Tay Roc and Rum Nitty, we know that almost seemed to me like, man, it's rough out here. We need something. We need something. Let's go get two of the top battle rappers ever. You know what I'm saying? And then tell them, yo, we want this rematch to battle. But I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I just don't feel like it got the sting, the behind the battle. You know? Yeah, like let's see, No Hype with Rock and Nitty, the damn show. Yeah, yes. You know, both of them dudes is who they are individually, but as a battle, I think people like, yo, we saw this before, and I could be wrong. Is it matter of fact, let me ask you guys, does this battle warrant a rematch from the first one? And who do y'all think won? Tell me who y'all think won and why. I want to know that. Who y'all think won and why? If you know, but if it warrants a rematch, put one fire emoji. If it don't, put two fire. No, put a thumbs down. Don't put two fires. Put one thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Or you could type no. J Block. Murder Mob. We know what this is. Let's see. Nah. No. Nigga put Money Mike said F no. Glocky Ortiz, Rock got that. That was fire. Nah. Thomas, nah. No rematch. Nah. Rock won. Nitty messed up trying to angle instead of punch. Nah. No. Man. Tamika Russell, no. Abraham Hernandez, nah. This is wild. So, I mean, we got one. But
interesting. So, obviously, the premise of this video right here is URL announced their Summer Madness first matchup, and it is Rum Nitty versus Tay Roc, the rematch. That's going to stir the pot. That's going to cause a little bit of controversy, right? That's going to have some discussion points. Speaking of discussion points, and something that Mook said in there that might have went over people's heads, I'm going to save that for the end of this video. Don't miss my take at the end. I'm going to tell y'all a harsh reality, okay? So how y'all feel about a prestigious card from the leaders of the culture, URL, coming out with their biggest event, their biggest marquee name, Summer Madness, and the first announcement is a rematch. So I put up a tweet yesterday. I don't think people knew where I was coming from. Some people might have thought I was being sarcastic. Some people thought I was maybe hinting towards I know something, as if like I'm sticking up for URL. Historically, I don't stick up for those people, right? Come on, keep up. But my tweet says something like, because one thing I'm not gonna be is a hater. You know, I don't be hating. I will be expressive when there's something I don't like. I don't give a fuck who you are, but I'm not a hater. There's a difference. But my tweet pretty much was like, all right, hold on. There's a easy return or a Sean return or a Briz return or something, right? They just getting the rematch announcement out the way, you know, because even tactically as a rollout, 9 times out of 10, the first announcement is the main event, is the biggest attraction to the card. 9 times out of 10. You know, if you want to veer off from that, which is rare, even in battle rap, if you want to say this is the 3rd biggest announcement on the card, and you know, you want to shock the fans later on, that's why I was just like, maybe they're just getting this announcement out the way. And I'm sitting here trying to be logical about it. Like, they can't have that as the biggest matchup on the card that's billed Summer Madness, because there's a lot out there that could be happening. And also, you just need to have a creative mind to do something that you feel is an impact in the culture. And the leaders, all doers, all gatekeepers, all big league owners should be able to come, if they put their minds together, should be able to come up with something that's ahead of a rematch for a marquee brand, whether it's a Blackout, a World Dom, a Max Out, a Summer Madness, a Gnome. You know, and then, you know, it's such a highly anticipated thing when you come out the first time. We've all been here long enough to know that that's going to get some backlash. You're going to have the diehard battle rap fans. You're going to have people that just like, they're going to take whatever they get regardless. And then you're going to have people that's going to be against it. You know that when you announce that, you have to know that. So maybe there's something else. That was like a thought of mine. Could be misdirection or something. You never know. You never know if it's the whole card. It'll be rematches. You never know. But it makes me think. It makes me think about, first of all, Summer Madness. Summer Madness really hasn't been what its legacy is for many cards, many years. You got it getting replaced with 2-on-2 cards, and URL, they go through a lot of backlash, and that's one thing I give them credit for, having thick skin. But let me push that off for a second. Because in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we continue to see the highly preferred, highly requested, and some of the biggest matchups, a majority of them happening off of URL. It can't just be money. It can't just be relationships. It can't be. It can't, because some of these battles don't even cost that much. Some of them are negotiable, and we can't just act like every league outside of URL that does mega battles or big matchups, they're losing. They're all in the red. They've all lost money. I think when I saw Beasley's recent interview, and he was saying things like, okay, that battle happened over there, but how did the battle turn out? And that's, to me, a little bit of deflecting for URL consistently as of the last couple years, not doing the big battles, right? So you got Holla versus Easy is the first example I'll talk about. That happened on Chrome 23. Nobody's going to say it wasn't profitable. Want to know why? Because the owner of the situation will not say it wasn't profitable. Rem. I had a conversation with Rem about the pay-per-view numbers in the door and some of the return on that. When you watch Rem and Easy on the news station after that card, after that event, and they were still promoting that battle that just happened, key in on Rem's reaction when the newscaster asked Rem, like, so what's next? And she was almost like, I got to figure it out, because what we just did was so successful and so mega. Like, I got to figure out how to repeat that. Part of repeating that is like having a hitman there, but when they looked out and they had that whole sea of fans there, and their biggest pay-per-view and million view battle on a couple of days on YouTube, that's 3 big revenue streams that all come back from that event. That man, Holla, and Easy is a part of it too. He's a big part of that battle. Gotta give him his credit. And their face off and everything. Well, all putting that card and that event in the green. And this is, let me focus on, because it's easy for Trenches or Chrome to book Easy, but the question would be around Holla, because people always talk about a Holla return to URL, and Beasley and URL talk about money a lot and prices a lot. Well, Chrome 23 made it work. What's the difference there? We're not going to talk about RBE. There's no need. Okay? There's no need. Some of the biggest pay-per-views in battle rap history were done, including Hitman on RBE, little old RBE. I don't want to have the discussion. Chrome 23 made it work to their benefit and made money. Easy versus Slade. It happened. It got booked on the Trenches. They're not even considered like a super top tier league, the Trenches. Okay? That is a highly preferred, just like Mook just said here, I agree. Easy versus Slade is a way bigger announcement than a Roc versus Nitty rematch on a marquee name, Summer Madness. But that battle ended up somewhere else. You think Easy wouldn't have loved to do that on URL? He keeps olive branching it. He's showing that he would love to. Now, let's say Easy did too much and URL got to stand that, and they just can't bring Easy back. I wouldn't have a problem with that. You know how I am. So I could understand that. But I'm just talking about from a perspective and just how the motion and the energy and the culture goes. That's just another battle where it's just like, again, let's talk about Mook's return this year. Y'all see the clips from Mickey Fax? He's saying Mook is taking the stage again this year, and it's not on URL. That's a true statement. It's a true statement. A lot of people behind the scenes know about it. It's a true statement. Mook's next battle is not on URL. Mook is one of the biggest names in the battle rap culture. Mook's last couple battles, versus Arsenal, versus Hitman. Speaking of Hitman and speaking of Mook, a mega match that happened on TBL. Is TBL going to say that they weren't profitable from that matchup? Now I know URL does a narrative sometimes, like where are they now? And TBL, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because TBL had a big run, and I'd like to see TBL come back. I'm really not sure. I don't know TBL's business after that Cass and Easy situation. You never know if that left a bad taste in their mouth. I don't know if they necessarily lost money. You never know. You never know. You never know. Could have had a bunch of refunds. Could have, the battle not completing, deposits still out. Did anybody get paid in full before the battle? What? You just never know. But at least even being put together of a Cassidy return or Hitman and Mook by TBL or Daylight on TBL. These are battles that are happening. These are people that are being booked that we would like to see the leaders be able to do. Cassidy versus Rex is another one. Somebody sooner or later will announce Cassidy versus Rex. Why can't it be the leaders? They have a good relationship with Rex, to my knowledge, right? Well, then again, they had that recent stuff where Rex was saying some stuff in some interviews, but I'm pretty sure they could work that out in phone calls. And Cassidy's a businessman. Is Cassidy battling this year? Maybe, maybe not. But people are able to make Cassidy bookings work. The last time URL tried to book Cassidy, what happened? What's going on with you? We got to ask ourselves about URL finances and URL business as well. Like, they're not impervious to this shit just because we don't hear about them running off with people's money or not paying people. Like the freeway battle, for example. Like, what are we talking about when we have these big names or these big matches and they're not able to deliver and they're happening elsewhere? Mook versus Easy is one to pick up. No, that's out there. Maybe once again, they don't want to book Easy. Okay, I get it. Holla and Lux is out there. Is that too expensive? Okay, let's take it off the table. How about just a Holla return period? Holla will battle somebody else. We could figure it out. If they called him to battle Swamp, I'm sure Holla would entertain it. That could be an affordable battle. How about a K-Shine return? Let's say there's too much drama there. Okay, cool. How about a Briz Ross team return? Maybe there's too much drama there. Okay. Easy return on his. Okay, maybe there's too much drama there. Daylight return. The lawsuit's over. We could both call Daylight. What's wrong with Daylight? Big K return. The dog. John versus A-Ward. John versus A-Ward better be on Summer Madness. They are promoting it, and I still think it's coming from genuine energy, but it's a promoted grudge match. It's one of the biggest announcements that you could make right now after what they just went through. It's bugged out how Battle Rap creates like super matches. I'm not going to say mega, but super matches from bullshit. But that's battle rap. We toxic as fuck. They just had all that toxic bullshit right now. They're doing interviews. John's talking about you won't battle me without standing 5 feet from me. A-War saying I'm gonna be right in your face or whatever. And it's an affordable. We don't gotta talk. I don't want to have no arguments about Sue Surf wants 250. Holla's too much. Lux is too much. They book Lux versus Nitty, but or Mook and Nitty. No, everybody could make it happen. But URL. How about John and A-Ward? It's affordable. Neither one of those guys crack budgets. They're very workable artists. They can pop up on any platform. They're affordable. John and A-Ward, if it's not on this, it's like then that Nitty and Tay Roc as a rematch can't be the biggest and the main event. And I would be surprised. I would be very, very surprised. Now let me give this take. Let me get this take. Let me take down this Mook shit. Hold on. Mook said in this clip, he said, yeah, I don't think so, but but I'm gonna watch it. That's one thing that I credit URL for. URL, once again, they have very, very thick skin, and they know 50% of the consumer market when it comes to what they put out. I don't want to say that they're suckers, but they know that they're gonna be there. And that's the best way to put it. They know you're gonna take what we give y'all because we're URL and because it's promoted as Summer Madness. They know that. They know that already. They know people. They know that this video that I'm doing right now is promotion for them. They know that. They know that when Piper Boy does his video and says, it's over, damn, we got Tay Roc and Nitty has a rematch for Summer Madness. The first announcement is, oh, they know that that's promotion. They've been around this block a million times to say, like, we're going to take the backlash that comes with us doing these type of announcements or these type of cards or whatever, not giving them what they're asking for. But those videos of backlash turn into promotion. When we get to the venue, people's going to be in the building. And if it's streamed or whatever, or the people on the app, everybody's going to click play. Just like Musa, I'm going to watch it. That's what's going to, people still going to watch it. And they're going to be all up and down the timeline. All the, somebody like 3, shout out to my man 3. He's going to, in between every battle, he's going to be recapping every battle on his channel, more promotion, more sales, invocation, all of that. Like URL knows that. Right now, they're like, ARP, thank you for, even if this video does 1,000 views, this is promotion, talking about our shit. And that's where the fans and the bloggers and the media never really change course of action. Like they say, money and violence is what makes people react, right? When people say, that's it, man, I'm unsubscribing. Or that's it, man, I ain't buying shit. Or that's it, man, I ain't covering nothing. Then people say, oh shit, the money ain't there, the turnout ain't there, the viewership ain't there. Oh, y'all really only fuck with us when we give y'all quality or when we give y'all original or creative ideas or when we give y'all the matchups and the people that y'all looking for. That's when y'all fuck with us? Or else y'all not here? All right, then we got to do what y'all want if we want to continue to be in business. Supply and demand type of shit. But they know the legacy of battle rap fans is piss and moan and then still be there to sell out the venue. URL knows that. And hooray for them for that. They're smart on that one. Y'all get marked out indirectly every time. So when I look at this announcement, my first reaction is once again is, nah, they just got to be getting it out the way. But then again, the history of URL, especially over recent years, they're not spending big money. They're not booking the big matches. They keep happening somewhere else. And they still get by because their URL always billed as a Summer Madness. You know, it's just the pissing and moaning, but people will still be right there tuned in to be a part of the event. So I would just like to see URL get more creative. You know, like just get more creative. Like there's other things to go after. I don't want to hear this, you know, the venues or what. It takes 2 weeks to book a venue in the South. The South craves for fucking hip hop bookings. I know. You know, like why is it always in October? It's November. It's supposed to be the summer. Oh, it's the venues or bullshit. Like y'all tell that to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like the planning and the creativity is almost done in a way from URL as a consumer outside looking in, almost done in a way where they're like, y'all niggas just talk. Y'all niggas, y'all gonna take what we give y'all. It's almost like that. Like I don't see the creativity. You know, I don't know. I would try it. Call Lloyd Banks. Try a J.R. Writer, King Los, or some industry rapper, or once again a Return or Iron Solomon. You know, it's just it's kind of a hamster wheel a little bit. The popular people that we rock with is dope. Everybody books who they rock with. Same thing with RBE. But Jesus Christ, there's got to be some creativity, some risk, some money spent. I keep saying, yo, them niggas is rich over there. They just don't spend it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. They're not spending no money on these marquee matches that keep going in other places or some of the big names that the culture is dying to see. They're not spending the money. And I keep saying they're being conservative and maybe they just want to wait for their next lick, like Smack says, you know, their next sucker to just give them money or some shit like that. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe I'll just assume that they have it. And maybe they don't. You know, money don't last forever, no matter how much you had at certain points in your tenor. I don't know. I really don't care. This is just as far as Count Niggas Pocket, I don't care what they have. I'm just doing a reaction to seeing the history of overall of URL, the history of URL over the last 5 years, the other leagues and doers that's also in the space and what they're doing and what they continue to do. and the excuses behind what we would deem why a rematch is announced for the first announcement for Summer Madness. So it's just my critique. Hate it or love it. We'll be back.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
One of the toughest characters ever to bulldog his way
Welcome to
into
the
your
house
heart.
of. And shout out to the members.
Without her, he still got a gun.